And then we come to LeBron Buck Dancing James, LBJ. And then LeBron James gets on the internet and he basically tells the black women of the WNBA to chill out and relax. Caitlyn Clark is the reason you guys are getting all this new attention.
Because she is. She's the reason. In the last 10 years, nobody's been watching the WNBA. Like I said, I can't give you 5 girls that play in the WNBA. 5. I'm going to give you a list of NBA players right now. LeBron James, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jason Tatum, Luka, Jaylen Brown, Jamal Murray, Trae Young, Joel Embiid. Come on now. I can keep going. I can't do that the WNBA. But guess who name I know? Caitlyn motherfucking Clark. Who else is the reason we watching this shit? Well, who else? Why is we even having this interview? Because of who? Caitlyn Clark.
Dr. Umar, man, happy to have you back on the platform, my guy.
Peace and Pan-Africanism. Glad to be back.
Hey, man, it's an honor to have you back, man. It's an honor to have you back, man. The last interview we did, the people loved it, man.
Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that.
Dr. Umar.
Yes, indeed. So with that being said, man, I want to get right into it, man. It's a lot.
Hold up. Before they get into the vid, I ain't gonna cap. This is what Dr. Umar looking like a Wakanda superhero. I ain't gonna cap. Oh, I got the freeform dreads. You know what I'm saying? He got the beard. He got the pendant from the ancient gods, man. Y'all stop playing with Dr. Umar. No cap.
A lot going on, man, that I want to get your opinion on, and the people want to hear your take on, man. The first thing I do want to tap into, man, I want to get your opinion on it. Caitlyn Clark, how you feel about everything that's going on with her right now?
The situation involving Caitlyn Clark, I believe, is unfortunate for her because she has been relatively modest and quiet since entering the WNBA. I think the problem is that the white power structure and the WNBA has an agenda to make Caitlyn Clark the athletic face of the league. Now, they can make her the marketing face of the league, but it's going to be difficult to make her the athletic face of the league because she is not to the WNBA what LeBron James was to the NBA. She's not a Luka Doncic or Nikola Jokic. She's not a Larry Bird, if you will. And so the problem, as I see it, is the WNBA wants to pass off responsibility for Caitlyn Clark not being the instant athletic phenom they want her to be.
I ain't gonna count. Some of the stuff that he said, I agree with. Some of the stuff I don't agree with. Put it like this: it's only been a certain select few of athletes who have made it to the highest stage in professional basketball and came out the gate seeing success. Michael Jordan was getting his butt whipped by Larry Bird. It took Michael Jordan a while to even get past the Boston Celtics. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Everybody talk about MJ. Even though MJ, he wanted him. But Bird was putting a smashing on MJ. It took MJ a while to even get past the Pistons. The bad boys. Come on now. Stop playing. Stop capping. Don't cap. LeBron came in the league. Yes, he was the golden child. Yes. Physically, mentally, he was a phenom. You know what I'm saying? He was no joke, no cap. Don't get it twisted. But it took him a while to get that first ship. Straight up. Kobe, when he first came in the league, it took him a while. Took him a while to get right. Took a while for him to get right. It took a lot of these athletes a while to get right. Now, Luka, he joined that motherfucker and went OC. He went crazy. But they almost got swept by the Boston Celtics not too long ago. So let's not cap. You know what I'm saying? Now, Caitlyn Clark, The league wants her to be the face, but she's not ready yet. But don't act like Caitlyn Clark not one of them. The girl can play. The bitch can shoot from motherfucking 50 feet. See what I'm saying? But it's a lot of hate. It's a lot of hate with these WNBA players because Caitlyn getting that bag. She getting that swag and she getting that cash. Yeah. She getting that bag. No cap. It's a lot of hate.
They want to pass off that responsibility onto the black women of the WNBA. And it appears that they're trying to push a narrative that says Caitlyn Clark isn't able to maximize her talents on the court because she's being bullied by these much larger black women. And that simply isn't true. Basketball is a competitive sport. You play to compete. That is the nature of athletics. So shaming and blaming black women for competing against Caitlyn Clark when you all took it upon yourselves to exaggerate her skill set simply isn't fair. You saw what happened the other day. There was a game that the Indiana Fever had with Chicago Sky. And Kennedy Carter, I believe is the sister's name, she had shoulder checked Caitlyn Clark to the floor. The referees called a common foul, and the WNBA later upgraded the common foul to a flagrant foul. Well, everybody's up in arms calling Kennedy a bully. She's jealous. The black women of the WNBA are jealous of Caitlyn Clark because she's getting all of this attention. Wait a minute. Time out. Why didn't anyone talk about the play just before the one that led to the shoulder check? Caitlyn Clark went over the head of one of Kennedy Carter's teammates, hit her in the head. The foul was not called. And then on the way back up the court, she proceeded to trash talk the opposing team. So, you know, in any sport, when you foul someone and it's not called, and then you have the audacity to trash talk the other team on your way up the court, paybacks are due.
It's coming.
That's in the WNBA, that's in the NBA, that's in college, that's in Little League. What Kennedy Carter did happens all the time in the WNBA, the NBA, college, and other places. But because she's supposed to be the Cinderella of the WNBA, white America took issue with it, and nobody focused on the fact that she started the whole thing. And what really perturbed me was when I went to the sports commentators on television, I hear Charles Snow Bunny Barkley calling the black women of the WNBA jealous. He said they're jealous of Caitlyn Clark. And then Snow Bunny Shannon Sharp, he chimes in with the same false criticism, saying that they're jealous of Caitlyn Clark. Nobody's jealous of Caitlyn Clark. No disrespect to her, because I don't think she deserves this, because she hasn't said or done anything that would warrant anybody intentionally pursuing her beyond the fact that a lot of much better players are being overlooked in deference to the white rookie, which I could understandably recognize if you got players who've been in this league for 1 year or more years who are way better than Caitlyn Clark, and they have been overlooked to be the athletic face of the WNBA, and everybody knows why.
Nigga, excuse my language. I didn't mean to say that. I'm so sorry. I've been trying not to say that word, but he just solved his own case. The ladies that's been playing in the WNBA, which he said overlooked, right? Overlooked. When is the last time the WNBA has had this much hype, this much drama, this many people tuning into the WNBA since Caitlyn Clark joined? I can't give you 5 WNBA players, my nigga. I can't give you 5. I know Caitlyn Clark. I know, what's her name? Angela Reese. Angel Reese. And it's the little light skin, Candace Parker. Is that her name? I don't know if she's real. Candace Parker. That's the only 3 I can give you. Caitlyn, listen. The females are jealous. I don't give a fuck what anybody's saying. They jealous. They mad because Caitlyn got the spotlight. They mad because Caitlyn turned up the WNBA. Nobody talk about the WNBA since Caitlyn Clark joined. Niggas ain't talking about, hey, bro, Brittany Griner playing. Nigga, ain't nobody trying to watch that boring ass shit. Caitlyn Clark had college lit. Let's be honest. Let's be real. You feel me? Let's be real. So, like he said, when they see this young white girl, she coming in there, she lit, she popping. You know what I'm saying? The media covering her. Yes, they gonna hate. Yes, they gonna be targeting her. Yes, they're going to try to prove a point that she not like that. But at the end, the only thing that they're going to do is boost Caitlyn Clark's image up. That's it. That's it. She getting targeted. It was one game. Old girl shot the free throw and ran straight to Caitlyn Clark talking smack. And she had another free throw. What the fuck? Like you done forgot that you got another free throw. Caitlyn Clark is stuck on their mind. She got mind control. What Smokey say? Man, I got mind control all over Debo. Knowing damn well if Debo step, he ain't Smokey went finna do nothing. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta see for what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's hate. They play hate and they jealous. And she got more bread than them just off the NIL. Stop playing, man. Come on, man. Some of these girls in WNBA barely touching 100,000. Let's be real. Cash talk. Money talk.
Because she's the new white girl who they want to be the ambassador for the sport. The problem is she isn't that good enough. And then Matt Barnes, he chimes in again with Snow Bunny Shannon Sharp, and they both say that Caitlyn Clark's teammates are not protecting her. Protect her from what, Matt Barnes? Protect her from what, Snow Bunny Shannon Sharp? She started the altercation. She hit the girl in the head. I do believe it was inadvertent. It was a basketball play. I don't think it was a dirty, cheap shot, but you still hit her and the ref didn't call it. And then you trash talked her and you got what you were looking for. So why are you calling on Aaliyah Boston, Caitlyn Clark's teammate, to be the plantation mammy of the WNBA and play bodyguard for Caitlyn Clark? Time out. Aaliyah Boston is a National Player of the Year. Aaliyah Boston is an Olympic gold medalist. Aaliyah Boston is an NCAA champion. Aaliyah Boston has her own status and prestige in the WNBA. She's just as accomplished, if not more so, than Caitlyn Clark. So why would you reduce her to being the on-court mammy whose new job now is not to play basketball, but to defend the privileged white girl, Caitlyn Clark, from other black female athletes? It's not fair. And then we come to LeBron Buck Dancing James, LBJ. And then LeBron James gets on the internet and he basically tells the black women of the WNBA to chill out and relax. Caitlyn Clark is the reason you guys are getting all this new attention.
Because she is. She's the reason. In the last 10 years, nobody's been watching the WNBA. Like I said, I can't give you 5 girls that play in the WNBA. 5. I'm going to give you a list of NBA players right now. LeBron James, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jason Tatum, Luka, Jaylen Brown, Jamal Murray, Trae Young, Joel Embiid. Come on now. I can keep going. Paul George, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard. That nigga Kawhi Leonard ain't played in the playoffs in the last 4 years, but I know that nigga name. Come on now. Shea. Do I need to keep going? Y'all? Do I need to keep going? Kyrie Irving. Come on now. Do I need to keep going? Do I need to keep Wemby? The Whimper? Kevin Durant? Devin Booker? Joker? I mean, nigga, I can keep going for days. D-Wade, Carmelo Anthony, Nigga, I can't do that shit with the WNBA. But guess who name I know? Caitlyn motherfucking Clark. Who else is the reason we watching this shit? Well, who else? Why is we even having this interview? Because of who? Caitlyn Clark. Come on now. I'm trying to have reason, but bro, perk. Yeah, perk. No cap.
She's the reason that you guys are making more money. She's the reason
Facts.
attendance has picked up. She's the reason you guys are getting chartered flights. Well, guess what? I disagree with you, LeBron James. I disagree with you. And let me tell you why. Have you noticed, LeBron James, Charles Barkley, Shannon Sharp, that because of Angel Reese, the Chicago Sky tickets have quadrupled in sale? That the stadium has quadrupled in attendance? Why is nobody talking about the Angel Reese effect? So you're telling me people are going to watch Angel Reese? Although Caitlyn Clark does not play in Chicago, people are going to watch Angel Reese.
That's one team. Nigga, we talking about as a whole collective. I ain't been like, let me turn on this motherfucking channel so I can go watch Angel Reese playing WNBA. No, nigga. Now, I watched her in college for sure. You know what I'm saying? But as a whole collective, a broad audience, I bet you more motherfuckers know Caitlyn Clark than Angel Reese. No, ain't Angel Reese, she bad. Now she bad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, be real. Come on.
Because Caitlyn Clark is in the WNBA? That's not true. They're watching Angel Reese for Angel Reese. Last time I checked, Angel Reese beat the University of Iowa for the national championship 2 years ago. And the reason why Angel Reese is being demonized by the WNBA, white media, white society, and the coonocracy of the WNBA is because they did not forgive her for spoiling Caitlyn Clark's season 2 years ago. In the 2022-2023 national semifinals of the women's NCAA tournament, Caitlyn Clark in Iowa went against North Philadelphia's Dawn Staley and the undefeated Lady Gamecocks of the University of South Carolina. They were undefeated, and the referees robbed Dawn Staley and the Lady Gamecocks. It was a highway robbery. If you breathed on Caitlyn Clark, they called a foul. But when the Lady Gamecocks were being beat up, Aaliyah Boston and company, no fouls were called. They were robbed. So after the White Snow Bunny referees robbed South Carolina in the...
Yo. Angel Reese, she cold. Don't get it twisted. But this is bigger than basketball. Okay? Let me put this in perspective. You can be the best boxer in the fucking world. You can be the best boxer in the world, right? You got the nastiest hands, you can box for real. But that don't mean you're going to get the fights. Because what? You have to be marketable. You have to have a following. You have to know how to sell at a fight. And you have to be entertaining, right? Not saying that Angel Reese is not entertaining. But Caitlyn Clark, when she was in college, the bitch is shooting from 50 feet. She's shooting from 50 feet. It ain't nothing but net. She's the female Steph Curry. She's shooting that motherfucker from so far. I'm like, this white girl can shoot that motherfucker. She's dropping 30, 40 points a game. What did you talk about? Putting up 10 threes in a game. Hitting that motherfucker. What is you talking about? Come on, bro. Demonized. This nigga, this motherfucker acting like a motherfucker in the back of a closet with Angel Reese picture doing voodoo magic on her ass. Dark magic. I'm at a Kita. What the fuck? Am I tripping? Y'all let me know in the comments if I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if I can make it through this interview.
The national semifinals game, America thought that Caitlyn Clark would cruise to the national championship. But guess who had something to say about that? Angel Reese and the LSU Tigers. And Angel Reese knocked off Caitlyn Clark to win an NCAA National Women's Championship.
Yeah, she did.
And America has not forgiven her for that. Let's go to this year.
We don't care about that shit.
Once again, Iowa sees Dawn Staley's Lady Gamecocks. Aaliyah Boston is in the WNBA. The referees couldn't cheat them this time. Now, they did beat Angel Reese in the semifinals. So Caitlyn Clark and Iowa did get some of their revenge,
Facts.
but they didn't get all of their revenge because when Angel Reese beat you, she won a ring. When you beat her, you didn't win a ring. And then you lost to Dawn Staley, a coach, by the way, who only lost 3 games in 3 seasons.
Now that is true.
Undefeated, unprecedented season. Dawn Staley is going to go down in history as the greatest women's basketball coach of all time. But guess what? She's not getting no attention at all. All the attention is going on the loser, Caitlyn Clark. When have you ever seen the losing team get more attention than the woman team?
Listen, the reason why, like I said earlier, because Caitlyn Clark is the reason why all these motherfuckers is tuning in. She's the reason. Women's basketball ain't been this hype in years. I'm turning that motherfucker on to see Caitlyn shoot that bitch from half court. Nothing but net, and then talk shit. Yeah, then talk shit. You feel me? If you are the one that's bringing all the attention, all the limelight, everything, you literally changing the game. Of course you're gonna get all the attention. Of course. It's like if you playing the game right now. Let's say you playing the game, you playing Call of Duty. You feel me? You on domination. You didn't drop 55 kills and 2 deaths. Come on, man. With an L. We all know who the player of the game is. Come on, bro. Get
to
right.
add insult to injury, I can't believe that Gayle King, Oprah Winfrey's running mate, had the audacity to interview Coach Dawn Staley in the aftermath of the University of South Carolina's national championship. And she asks Dawn Staley, this is a black woman, elder, interviewing another black woman, youth. And she says, what were you thinking? What was going through your mind? Because we were all rooting for Caitlyn Clark in the University of Iowa. Time out, Gayle. Time out, Gayle. Who was rooting for Caitlyn Clark in the University of Iowa? Because I wasn't. I was rooting for my North Philadelphia sister coach, Dawn Staley, and the Lady Gamecocks. And I watched them more than men's basketball. Caitlyn Clark isn't the only reason people are tuning into women's college basketball and the WNBA. It's because of Dawn Staley, the Lady Gamecocks, Angel Reese, the improvement in ladies competition over the past couple years. And yes, Caitlyn Clark, I will not deny her impact, but to put it in a vacuum, Stephen A. Smith, to put it in a vacuum, Matt Barnes, to put it in a vacuum, LaShawn McCoy, to put it in a vacuum, Shannon Sharp, and say that all of this new attention is due to the white female rookie is not fair to the players who are already there.
It ain't about fairness. Life ain't fair. Life ain't fair, fool. Life ain't fair. I ain't trying to knock all the other accomplishments, you know what I'm saying? But the numbers don't lie. The truth don't lie. If Angel Reese, I'm not, she cold. But if Angel Reese was really going crazy, like for real, I'm talking about dropping 40, 50, 60, 50, 90, 100 points a game, shoot that motherfucker from half court, the attention would be there. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, because check this out. When LeBron came into the league, right? He got the attention. And he wasn't crying about fairness. You think LeBron was crying about fairness, nigga? No. You think Michael Jordan was crying about fairness? No. Them motherfuckers had to get right. MJ had to build his body up to beat the bad boys. You don't win 6 championships being fair, crying about fairness. Hell no. You establish your name based off the craft and the quality of your work. Straight like that. The stats don't lie, the numbers don't lie. You think Kobe was crying about fairness? Come on now, Kobe played against the best. You know what I'm saying? If they saying this person over there is the best, right? Kobe tried, say let's put these shoes on and I'm gonna drop 50 on his head. And it's straight like that. You're talking about fairness. Man, stop it. Hell no. Tripping.
This started 2 years ago when Angel Reese beat Iowa. You know as well as I know. You can't have a protagonist without an antagonist. Why do you go to movies to watch Batman? You go to movies to watch Batman because you know there's going to be a Riddler. Why do you go to a boxing match?
Ain't nobody checking for the fucking Riddler. Nigga talk about the Riddler. That nigga was ass. He was trash. Ain't nobody trying to watch the Riddler. Listen, when I went to see the last Batman, I went on a date with this fine, and she was bad as hell. Still talk to her. Went to the movies. I watched that shit. Nigga, that shit was so fucking boring. The Riddler was dookie. The nigga ain't have shit popping. The spotlight of the show was when that nigga Master Penguin, the motherfucking mob boss, was in that bitch and he had the Drake. He had a Draco, nigga. Batman in the Batmobile going 200. Penguin hanging out the window. Let that bitch rip. Yeah. I swear to God, Master Penguin had the Draco, fool. Lit off 100 on the Batmobile. The Batmobile bulletproof, but it was the principle. That was the highlight of the show. I ain't gonna cap. See what I'm saying? Just because Batman, you know, the movie said Batman, and he's so called the star, doesn't mean that he was the best player in that show. Master Penguin was on that motherfucking bullshit because the movie was fucking boring. Think about this. We can go back. The nigga want to bring up Batman? The Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight Rises. It's all about your performance. It has nothing to do with all this other entitlement bullshit. The Dark Knight. The main character is Batman, right? But who stole the fucking show? Nigga, Heath Ledger's the fucking Joker. Why he's so serious? Nigga acted his ass off. See what I'm saying? He stole the show. The movie was meant for Batman. But that nigga Heath Ledger, he got so indulged in himself and acted so good that he became bigger than Batman, nigga. Listen what I just said. That nigga acted so crazy. That nigga did so good. He performed so well. He became bigger than the show himself. Motherfuckers still talk about Heath Ledger till this day. Till this day. So what is you talking about, Umar? What is you talking about? Motherfucker, boy. He off that dope. He off that fit. Let me find out he on that fit, man. Get off that fit.
Because you know if Gervonta Davis is on this side of the ring, somebody else is going to be on this side of the ring. The protagonist and the antagonist make the story. Unfortunately, white America has made Angel Reese into the antagonist. So be it. The point that I'm making is Caitlyn Clark cannot exist without an Angel Reese. If Angel Reese never beats Caitlyn Clark for the NCAA Women's Championship 2 years ago,
oh my God,
we're not even having this conversation. That rivalry made this a situation. And the fact that they both transitioned to the WNBA at the same time made it even more of a rivalry. And the fact that Caitlyn Clark joined a team that has Aaliyah Boston, former national champion, gold medalist, national player of the year. So her former nemesis is now her teammate, and they're going up against Angel Reese. That even makes for a better story. I'm not denying Caitlyn Clark her greatness. I'm saying she's not doing it alone. She's not doing it alone. Angel Reese's impact is almost as strong. There's more white women in America. So yeah, Caitlyn Clark is going to sell more tickets. She's going to sell more paraphernalia because there's more white women in America than black women. That goes without saying. But to try to reduce Angel Reese to being a hater and jealous of this girl is not fair. Last time I checked, Caitlyn Clark does not lead the NBA, the WNBA in any category.
Yo, who the hell is trying to project Angel Reese as a hater? The whole league is hating on Caitlyn. The whole league. Come on now. Right, nigga, you think? Boy, man, I ain't gonna cap. I done got a migraine off this shit. My head hurting right now, boy. I ain't gonna cap.
She doesn't lead the WNBA in any category. Her team has the second worst record in the entire WNBA. Who is jealous of that? Who is jealous of that?
The league.
And then Shannon Sharp, along with Matt Barnes and everybody else, Shady McCoy and the rest of these Negropeans, they are up there talking about how she's being unfairly targeted. Guess what? Angel Reese has been just as targeted on the basketball court
Reese
as
got
Caitlyn
fucked
Clark.
up.
Did you see the game a couple days ago where the player from the opposing team picked Angel Reese up?
I ain't gonna count. Angel Reese did get choke slam. Did get choke slam. That bitch got crushed. I'm talking about grabbed her and domed her shit. But guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Let's go to the NBA. When that nigga Shaq was fucking people up, they had to do what? Hack a Shaq. He was getting fouled. He was getting slandered. He was getting killed. It happens. Hack a Shaq. Motherfuckers went in Kobe like that. It's the same thing. If you want to be this is what I understand. This is what I understand. If you want to be the face, or if you want to really just go crazy, you want to be put on such a pedestal. It's certain things. Everybody got their own little perks, their own little benefits. Shaq was 7 foot, 300 pounds. So at one point they couldn't give him all them calls because they didn't know if it was a foul or not. He was in that game fucking motherfuckers up, and he was complaining about it. Till he went to the motherfucking owner and he had to explain to him, Shaq, would you rather them call the fouls and you shoot free throws and airball that bitch? Or do you want to keep the game going? And guess what Shaq said? Keep the motherfucking game going. And you end up winning some championships. That's how it be. Just like work. I might be able to come in late every day, but you may not be able to come into work every day. It's the same shit. Fuck.
And slammed her to the ground, and she ended up getting ejected. Why didn't Shannon Sharp talk about the bullying of Angel Reese? Why didn't Charles Snow Bunny Barkley talk about the bullying of Angel Reese? Why didn't LeBron James and Shady McCoy and Stephen A. Smith talk about the bullying of Angel Reese? Why are we only talking about the alleged bullying of a Caitlyn Clark? I think it's racist. I think it's unfair. Do you know what just happened last night or the night before? Asia, I forget Asia's last name. She's also a former NCAA women's champion. She's also a former National Player of the Year. She just made WNBA history last night or the night before. She plays for the Las Vegas Aces. She's also a Dawn Staley product. She just scored 35 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. She's the first player in WNBA history to score 35 points, grab 10 rebounds, dish out 5 assists. It's never been done in a single game. She plays for the Las Vegas Aces. Guess what? Every home game has been sold out so far this year.
And I don't even know who that is. I ain't gonna cat with y'all. Don't y'all lie in the comments. Don't you lie. I don't even know who that is. I ain't hear about it. I ain't seen it. I know what she look like. Not to discredit that, but I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't. But I know who Caitlyn Clark is. I bet you I know that.
In Las Vegas. Is Caitlyn Clark responsible for that? Is Caitlyn Clark responsible for the sold out games in Chicago? What are we doing here? I can't believe Stephen A. Smith, Snow Bunny Barkley, Snow Bunny Sharp, Matt Barnes, LaShawn McCoy, LeBron James. I can't believe they're going out of their way to help the NBA and white America paint this false narrative that Caitlyn Clark is just so good and everybody else is jealous of her. That's not true. You're putting her on a pedestal and she's not good enough at this time to live up to the hype or to the expectation. All of those women, including Caitlyn Clark, are responsible for the new hype in the WNBA. And if I may, LeBron James, who I love and respect, black wife, black children, took his friends from childhood, had them trained, educated, and they became part of his economic empire. Nothing but respect for LeBron James with regard to that. But how is it that LeBron James can come to the aid of Caitlyn Clark and protect her from her black competition in the WNBA? And how is it that LeBron James could stand in solidarity with Israel against its occupation and genocide of Palestinians? Over 100,000 Palestinians have been murdered as a result of this war. But LeBron James and Maverick Carter came out publicly in defense and in solidarity with Israel. So you came to the defense of a white country. You came to the defense of a white girl. But LeBron James, can I ask you a question? Where was all this energy 2 Junes ago in 2022? Where was all this energy, LeBron James, 2 years ago, when a black man from your hometown of Akron, Ohio, by the name of Jalen Walker, was shot more than 90 times by the police of Akron? He was unarmed. He fled on foot. They caught up with him, executed him. His body was riddled with nearly 90 bullets. And do you know what LeBron James had to say about it? I have to pray for my city. That's all he could offer in defense of Jalen Walker, the black community of Akron, Ohio, and Jalen Walker's family. I have to pray. Well, why did you pray for Israel and Palestine? Why did you pray for Caitlyn Clark? You stood up in defense of Israel. You stood up in defense of Caitlyn Clark, but LeBron James couldn't stand up in defense of Jalen Walker, who was executed with 90 bullets by the police in Akron, Ohio.
Now, this vid was about Caitlyn. You know what I'm saying? Basketball. Now, when it comes to real matters and, you know what I'm saying, real life shit, you feel me? I ain't on no funny shit. I do this shit for, you know what I'm saying, entertainment. You feel me? But when it comes to real matters, you know, that's a whole different story. I don't compare Caitlyn Clark to any murder case, any type of trauma or any type of police brutality or any type of racism, anything related to that. There's nothing that can compare to that. That's like trying to compare Caitlyn Clark to George Floyd. Nah, it ain't gonna work like that. You feel me? I ain't with none of that. So I'm gonna let that be known. I'm gonna let y'all know that. You feel me? But let me give y'all a little, you know what I'm saying, my little cup of tea. A lot of people try to make it to where these athletes are civil rights people. These athletes are not. These athletes are just like me and you. A lot of us have played basketball. A lot of us have played football. A lot of us have played golf. And if you happen to become very good at it, one of the top people in the sport, then you can have a chance to play at it professionally. But that doesn't give you the right to speak on certain matters. They are just like us that can pick and choose on anything. Straight like that. They can pick and choose and speak about anything. But like I said, I don't compare these topics. They're not similar. Saying Caitlyn Clark is the face of the league and then saying this person over here that was murdered and killed is on the same thing, same pedestal. No. Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even playing. I don't even play like that.
Here's what we need to understand. The traditional black bourgeoisie no longer exists. They no longer have in America academically trained Negroes who can influence the political and social behavior of Black America. You don't have the Jesse Jacksons with the influence they used to have anymore. You don't have the Al Sharptons with the influence they used to have anymore. You don't have the Andrew Youngs with the influence that they used to have anymore. You don't have the Congressional Black Caucus with the influence they used to have anymore. So if you no longer have an academically trained, socially elite Black bourgeoisie, who do you replace them with? You know what they're doing? They're replacing them with Black celebrities. LeBron James is now a spokesperson for Black America. Charles Snow Bunny.
No, the fuck he's not. What is he talking about? I don't, nigga, when the last time y'all said, oh, some shit going down, I see the news, I'm gonna go see what the fuck LeBron James gonna say about it. Nigga, I ain't never did that shit in my life. I don't give a fuck about Charles Barkley. Give a fuck about Shaq. Give a fuck about Shannon Sharp. On some real matters, I don't care what they gotta say. I'm gonna go to the source. When George Floyd died, I wasn't trying to see what the hell Carmelo Anthony thought about it. I don't consider none of these athletes civil rights activists and leaders. It's like saying Malcolm X compared to fucking LeBron James. You can't put them two in the same sentence. What is he talking about? What is he on? Where he getting this information? The fuck? D-Wade ain't leaving the activists. He ain't leading the Black people. Comment down below when the last time y'all done seen some shit and be like, let me go see what LeBron James got to say about a real certain altercation that happened with a Black person. Now, you might have seen him say something about it if he does or if he doesn't, because he's such a public figure, but I don't look up to them. I don't seek what they got to say, because I'm going to go to the source. I'm going to find out the information for myself. Maybe he search and look to see if LeBron said something about this or Charles Barkley said something about this. But in reality, nobody give a fuck about that shit. I don't care what they got to say, because I'm gonna figure out what really happened and then analyze the situation myself. Straight like that. That's how I'm coming.
Barkley is a spokesperson for Black America. Shannon Snow Bunny Sharp is a spokesperson for Black America. Negroes who have no vested interest in the best interests of African people are now the spokespersons, and they are not doing a good job at all. To see these Black men throw Angel Reese under the bus, and let me not forget Emmanuel Ocho, my Nigerian brother who has a tendency to coon out every once in a while. Emmanuel Ocho, after Angel Reese lost to Caitlyn Clark in the national semifinals a few months ago, he gets on television and he basically shames Angel Reese for the fact that she's receiving death threats. How do you shame a 22-year-old child? My daughter is 22 years old. How do you shame a 22-year-old girl who's crying in the post-game interview because she lost and under the pressure of being vilified by white America, under the pressure of racial remarks and slanderous messages being sent her way every day, all day? She cries as a child does. And what does Emmanuel Ocho do? He gets on TV, shames and blames Angel Reese, and basically tells her, if you want to play the villain, then you have to suck it up when it comes your way. Look at this now. Angel Reese is being treated like an animal by these black male sportscasters. She's being treated like an animal by these black male sportscasters, while at the same time they upholding the privileged white girl, Caitlyn Clark. It ain't nothing but good old-fashioned racism. And I stand in solidarity with Angel Reese. I stand in solidarity with Kennedy Carter. I stand in solidarity with Asia Wilson and Aaliyah Boston and all those beautiful black women who are helping to make the WNBA what it is right now. Asia Wilson is probably going to end up being the greatest female basketball player of all time. That 35, 10, and 5, she out there running that thing. Sold out games every night. Why isn't Stephen A. Smith talking about the Asia Wilson effect? And Gayle King, don't you ever in your life break breath to ask a black coach what were they thinking when they went up against a white student in a national championship game. Gayle King, you owe Coach Dawn Staley an apology. How dare you tell a black woman that you was rooting against her for a white team and a white player at a white university that has less than 3% black children on campus? What the hell do you mean we were all rooting for Caitlyn Clark in the University of Iowa?
I'm gonna sum that all up for y'all. The reason that everybody is on Caitlyn, the reason why people not talking about certain players or certain teams, because nobody really knows them. I told you at the beginning of the video, I can't name you 5 WNBA players. I only gave you Caitlyn Clark, Angel Reese, and what's her name? Candace Parker. I don't know if she's still in the league. That's the only 3 I know. I don't even know what time the games start. Come on. Not to throw shade on all them other players, but the person who has brought the spotlight to the WNBA, the person that's bringing all this hype, all this excitement, the reason why you even here on this interview is because who? It ain't because of it's Angel Reese, nigga. It's Caitlyn. And I don't care if I gotta be the bad guy. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm built for this shit. No cap. Comment down below what y'all think. Hey, it's your boy 201. I'm gone.